Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today's video, I wanted to show you guys just a few changes, and you get to decide whether they're exciting to you or they're interesting to you or not. But to be very honest, I feel like a lot of people are going to pick up this game after they see what's actually coming in. Now, yes, there are people who are worn out, who are tired, who have moved on to other games, and nobody can blame anybody for that. These changes should have come in earlier. I mean, we've had multiple patches, so I don't blame anybody. But now we're here, we have the changes, and I have to first of all commend the developers and say you guys seem to be doing and moving in the right direction, because for the longest time I've cried and cried in my videos for buffing other things and making players feel strong. And even though the math may be shifting, it's looking like we're going to be strong in a different way, and we're still going to be able to feel powerful once we get to the point that we need to be as players. And I think there is nothing wrong with that. I think that is absolutely amazing if that actually becomes something that is a possibility in this game. Now, that being said, I have to show you this Fenders Backpack. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing has got 3 talents. I don't care if talents stack or don't stack or whatever. Now, there are some talents that do stack. Example, Hardened. And I know many of you may have been saying, but these talents aren't stacking. Yes, but Hardened does stack. So think about the possibilities that we could get when it comes to putting on a lot more armor than we already do have. Now, for PvP, to be very honest, I don't know what's going to happen with PvP, to be very honest, in that sense. And to be honest, I don't know if I want to go into Dark Zone and do that testing. If you're a PvP person and you're testing for the DZ, more power to your elbow. I have a lot here to cover on the PvE side, and so that's what I'm looking at. But thinking about how this works, I know that there's no mod slot with these backpacks. I've seen this is called the street sack or whatever you call it, street sack. All of you that are all Fenders. Is this Swedish? Whatever it is. And this is the street sack as well. So I mean, there might be a different variation. Who knows? Another thing too is looking at the Wyvern chest piece. The Wyvern chest piece is not just some chest piece. That's just that it doesn't look like it just wants to be an addition to the game. This thing comes pretty much equal to a 511 chess piece. I was thinking the 511 chess pieces were going to, hold down the fort and look really good, because they do have 2 offensive mod slots. Some of them, I think the Tac-Light Plate Carrier does have 2 offensive mod slots. But then looking at the Wyvern chess piece itself, the Belly Guard, there might be a different variation. Who knows? This thing also comes with 2 offensive mod slots. Hey, I'm not complaining at all. In fact, this is a good thing where you can take your Wyvern, complete it. You can then add Douglas and Harding to complete it. And then you can also, Douglas and Harding, I say that in the case of your critical hit damage. If you want the extra 7% crit chance, I don't think it'll be necessary, honestly. You can use your holster to finish up your critical hit chance if you're doing a crit chance build. And you can come in with say Badger Tough, get yourself more damage to elites. Badger Tough is gonna get all 6. You can look at a Fenris pair of Fenris gloves. Look at these things. They have 2 talents on them. They have no mod slots, but they do have 2 talents on them. Obliterate, which is a decent one. So it will have 1 active and 1 passive on there, and so you can do all kinds of fun combinations. And then even if you look at some of the attributes of some of these new talents, they're crazy good. This is a spark called damaging enemies with skills or explosives, grants 20% weapon damage for 15 seconds. Did somebody say Seeker Mine? Did I hear Seeker Mine? Damaging enemies with skills or explosives? Did somebody say Seeker Mine? Did somebody say turret? Did somebody say, do you see the possibilities of what we're looking at currently? And I genuinely think they need to continue to add more and more of these very useful talents into the game. Not just crappy talents, for crying out loud. This is a useful talent. Look at it. It is a useful talent for anybody who wants to run a build that's not going to fully depend on their weapon. And so many of us have, almost written off a lot of the aspects of the changes in the game. And this, in my opinion, is absolutely good. I made this video just to show you guys a Fenders Backpack, but I can't help myself that, but just speak about the other positive changes that we're seeing currently. So if you've dropped the game and you're looking at this and this does not in any way catch your interest or your attention, then you've already turned, you've turned your, your face away from the game, which like I said, I can't blame you. But at least if this is of some interest, then it might be something worth, checking out, to at least reinstall the game when the patch comes out and test it out for yourself, because there's just going to be a lot to test out and try it out for yourself. A lot of the content creators that make videos here are gone and moving to Destiny. They're looking towards Shadowkeep and all that. And so you're your own content creator now in the Division universe. That's the good thing about things. You've always been your content creator. Don't get me wrong. I mean, most Division players don't need content creators to be able to do what they are able to do, if you understand what I mean. And so I just wish developers are very good at communicating and just sit down and communicate stuff with us. But we're looking towards the state of the game and trying to listen to what they're about to say. So hopefully they're able to communicate better and tell us that these changes that they were making and talking about them in terms of isolation were not the intended changes they wanted to do. Maybe they wanted to make some changes in isolation and maybe it just didn't feel right, and they had to make sure that things were synergized. The weapon buffs will be for another video. We'll look at some of them and we'll talk extensively on them. All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for your time and your audience, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.